I'll watch some TV. It'll help me to relax!
Welcome back to the Ren and Stimpy recap. Last week we talked about the cat that laid the golden hairball, and today we are taking a look at our third special, Stimpy's Fanclub.
And with these hands, I hold the fate of millions.
So this title card is okay. I like the imagery, but considering what I remember the episode being, I would have liked a darker title card. The music and the card itself leads you to think it's a different kind of episode to what it actually is, which is pretty cool actually. So I'm okay with it, but again, would have loved to see a more of a, I don't know, the one that comes to mind now is Ren Needs Help, because that's like more fitting. I really like that title card. We start off with a bit of a trippy scene with Ren and Stimpy waiting for mail. The music is extremely intense, and with how the two are just staring into the screen, it comes off as a weird scene, in a very good way. They get a huge sack of fan mail and are really excited about it. Also, I'm pretty sure this interior of the house is the same as the trailer, so canonically this should count as another appearance of their trailer, although I could be proven wrong if we get any outside shots in the episode.
Oh joy! Look at all this fan mail!
They start going through the mail, only to find out that all of them are addressed to Stimpy and none to Ren.
For you! Me! You!
Also, we can see here John K is back to voicing Ren, which is confusing, and I hope the last two episodes of the season has Billy West voicing him instead, so we get as smooth of a transition as possible, because this like jumping back and forth between the two is, it's not very good.
Oh yeah, it's great. Great for you!
Ren, understandably, gets upset that all of their fan mail is for Stimpy and that he gets no love. And here he says, in my opinion, one of his like most iconic lines.
People always love the stupid one, but nobody ever loves the jerk.
It's kind of a sad scene that directly gets more gross than sad as we see snot on screen for kind of no reason. This episode gets a bit meta with the whole people loving Stimpy more than Ren thing, although I don't think it has any direct connection to the real show, since from what I've seen, Ren has always been a very popular character.
Come on, let's face the truth. You've been carrying me, I know. I know that.
Stimpy tells Ren that in order to feel important, he can be president of Stimpy's fan club. Of course, Ren gets extremely excited at the idea of being president of something.
Do you know who you're dealing with?
That is hilarious, and Ren's face here is terrifying. Of course, the actual job he gets isn't as important, but he does get his own office with what I think is a picture of Mr. Horse on the outside. Just gotta say, I really like the design of the office that he gets. Honestly, it's better than the one in Ren's imagination.
I am 8 years old and in the 3rd grade.
Oh, that's cute.
I wonder if this is also real viewer mail. That would be cool. Although John K and viewer mail is not something that goes well together.
I'm sure that if you watch my show enough, you will turn out just like me. Yeah, brain dead.
That's a good line. Honestly, I just want the switch to Billy West to be done completely, because I'm really enjoying John K's acting as Ren so much, and switching back and forth like this, it's been like the whole season, kind of, it's not very satisfying.
Even that ugly thing who yells at you. What is he anyway? A mosquito?
This is such a great setup. Even the music playing as Ren was reading the letter was building up to his eventual descent into madness. We're not there yet, but Ren did not enjoy being called a mosquito. While making a devious smile, Ren decides that he's gonna do a little bit of trolling. I mean, traumatizing kids. Now, this letter isn't even that bad, but it's not the kind of mail a viewer wants from her idol. Ren tells her that Stimpy is not real and calls her an idiot. Honestly, it's pretty tame for Ren standards. He also references the tooth beaver, which gives me PTSD. This next letter is from a kid that says he has a secret he has never told anybody, and honestly, it has kind of an eerie vibe as Ren reads it.
Here's my secret. Every night, I wet the bed.
Yeah, the secret is that the kid wets the bed. I don't know why, but with that kind of a setup, I was half expecting this to turn really dark, but for Ren, wetting the bed is a big deal and he freaks out.
Dear Johnny, you make me sick. You probably wet the bed on purpose.
This is great. I love how fast Ren switches from calm to mad, and you could probably guess that this episode is one I have very fond memories of, and so far it's totally delivering. Stimpy catches Ren bullying kids and gives a little moral lesson for the kids as well. He also reveals that the two of them also wet the bed. I mean, they are animals after all.
I don't deserve to live. Here, pal.
That got dark really quick. In one scene we went from wetting the bed to not deserving to live and wanting to be stabbed. Now the knife clearly says rubber knife, and I think it might be one of those things where they wanted the reveal of the knife being fake to come later, but they had to put the text there to get the episode through. Stimpy makes some of the best faces in the whole show here. Stimpy decides not to stab Ren and instead takes him back to the office, which is an extremely bad idea considering Ren is, well, Ren.
The reason your boyfriend is mean to you is probably because you're too stupid.
You'd think he'd actually learn his lesson or something, but it's Ren, so he just starts bullying kids again. It's really funny, to be honest. Ren has no chill and just roasts these kids. Stimpy checks on Ren again, but from a distance this time, so he can't see anything, and Ren starts losing it in a great scene.
Loving his guy is just right. Biggest, what is he? Dear Stimpy. A mosquito?
Now we get something pretty much unseen in this show. At the halfway mark of the episode, Ren takes control of our TV set, which we have seen before. This is a secret headquarters segment, but 1. This is played in the middle of the episode, and 2. This is a new version of the secret headquarters segments. This one is pretty chaotic. We get a cutaway to a sperm whale in pain, which is apparently their secret headquarters. Like, right now they are inside a whale. Then Ren puts on an executioner mask as they are going to induct another member into the fan club. The rest of the segment is weird. It's entertaining and it's fun to have it in the middle of the episode, although it doesn't make a lot of sense. Here he at least says it's back to our secret cartoon, like implying that the whole episode is a secret cartoon. But we didn't have a segment before this. I don't know. It's Ren and Stimpy. I called it. The trailer is here and we have a completely new view of it. I'm actually kind of proud of myself for calling it out early on, as I feel like my Ren and Stimpy knowledge is like expanding with each video. Still, some of y'all in the comments are way ahead of me, but trust me, I will be a Ren and Stimpy academic by the time we are done with the retrospectives. We see a muddy mud skipper clock, and then we get arguably the best scene in the entire show. Now, I highly doubt I will be able to show a lot of the scene, but we will discuss it at least. Now, this scene is just too long to be able to put here. And even if I, talk in between it, it's still not gonna cut it because that's what I've been trying to do, and the Great Outdoor still got blocked, even though every clip was under 10 seconds, and I talked for more than 10 seconds around each clip. Still can't get over that. But just a shot of Ren sitting on the bed and the little jump scare before that is just perfect.
I was nice today. Nice to all those.
The faces in this scene, as well as the music, as well as the backgrounds, as well as the voice acting, is just so fantastic and so iconic. I think this might take the prize as the most disturbing scene so far, if we are talking about disturbing in an unsettling way, not in a gross way, because the grossness award still goes to Ren's Toothache. Don't think anything will beat that. Hopefully not.
It won't come off!
We see Ren start talking about his hands and his hands being dirty, and honestly, the dialogue here is in my opinion something that should be studied. I'm not saying Ren and Stimpy is the most genius thing ever on TV, but these lines are... I'm sorry, it's the way everything is delivered and the way the lines are written, it's definitely award worthy.
His fan club. How they love him.
Honestly, most of this is new to me. I thought that right after he mentioned his hands, he was gonna say the thing from the intro of my videos, and with these hands I hold the fate of millions, but I don't remember any of this in between, and that surprises me because this is amazing. How did I forget about all this?
The idol of millions. He's a fool.
These visuals as well. I did not appreciate how Ren's hands looked when he was standing in front of Stimpy. I was complaining about the mosquito arms in the Great Outdoors looking gross, and Ren's hands here looked very similar. But in this scene we have so many different shots and expressions, it's just a joy to watch.
These dirty hands. And with these hands...
Now we get the part of the scene I was thinking of. There is a reason this is one of the few clips I use every video. It is one of my favorite lines of all time, and I love how it's framed. After this, Ren continues to drop banger lines. This episode is just firing on all cylinders.
They think he's a god. But he's as mortal as we.
They think he is a god, but he is as mortal as we? Come on, you can't say that isn't an S-tier line. Now, I could be an idiot here, and all this could be a parody of something, and all the lines could be variations of the source material, but if this is all original, it's excellent writing.
Just one quick twist, and it's over.
Ren is looking like a demon, and the stuff he is saying is, I'll say it, the darkest stuff from this show yet. It is similar to the scene in Sven Hoek, but in my opinion, how everything is framed here, it is more dark, although I still think that scene is great.
Just one.
We get some very cool shadow visuals and an amazing close-up as Ren is literally about to snap Stimpy's neck. Then Ren's brain starts... Well, I'll just play the clip.
Stinging!
This scene is a contender for best scene of the show so far, for sure. I think it does everything right to build tension and just create a really dark and eerie mood where you can really feel Ren's madness. Now we get a pretty beautiful shot of a sunset on a beach, which first confused me until my dumbass realized that the trailer can move. You know, that's the whole point, like you have a mobile home. The beach setting looks great and reminds me of a very interesting later season episode, but we still have more than 5 minutes left of this one. I love how Ren laughs as we see him sitting in the closet in this weird thing. I remember what it is, and his laughter as we pan to him is like the climax of some psychological horror movie when the character has gone over the edge. It's great. So in what might be the craziest part of the episode, Ren has built a machine that looks like Stimpy, but super cursed, and is maneuvering it to take the fan mail, which is a really dumb plan.
I don't want any more of your filthy letters. Your services are not welcome here, and
Nah, that was so funny. The duh thing didn't even really sound like Stimpy, but the fact that Ren is trying to copy his mannerisms, or more just his stupidity, is really funny. Of course, his plan isn't to just take the mail, which I for some reason believed, like a second ago, but he instead tells the mailman he doesn't want the fan mail anymore and tells him not to come back.
Stimson J. Cat.
Whatever you say.
Turns out the mailman only has one letter, and it's for Ren. It really says Hollywood Yugoslavia, which doesn't make much sense, but is a nice little continuity thing from Mad Dog Hoek. Ren of course wants it and runs back inside to laugh maniacally. Stimpy wakes up and Ren roasts him.
Nothing for Stimpy! No. Mr. Ren Hawk! That's what it says!
This episode is really just one giant character study of Ren. He is maybe my all-time favorite character, and that's just because he is so interesting and so complex, while still being from a very goofy kids cartoon show, which honestly just makes it better. It's just a joy to watch him.
Oh yes! This is the proof! This is the proof that you are finished!
Ren starts reading the letter out loud while being a huge jerk to Stimpy, who I kind of feel bad for, because he hasn't really even done anything this episode. It didn't come off like he was rubbing his fame in Ren's face, although the fan club thing was a bit of a weird decision from him.
Love. He says love.
Stimpy.
In a twist, this letter was actually from Stimpy, who wrote it to make Ren feel better, which is like the cutest thing ever. We then get this visual, as Ren realizes what an ass he has been. As Ren cries and Stimpy comforts him, we get the callback to Nurse Stimpy, of all episodes, with people watching this private moment from the window. Mr. Horse is back, and that's how the episode ends. So this episode was fantastic. I know a lot of people don't really like this show, and while I personally feel the opposite way, I can often see where they are coming from, not liking the show. But if you watch this episode and don't see like any greatness in it, you gotta have some good arguments, because otherwise I'm just gonna call you a hater. This episode was even better than I remembered, which is impressive since I had very high expectations going into it. Both the characters get their moments here, but it's a very Ren-centric episode, which I have no problems with. I like Stimpy a lot, but this episode having a bigger focus on Ren makes a lot of sense. His descent into madness is shown to us in almost real time, with lots of time spent building everything up. And whereas Son of Stimpy dragged on and Sven Hoek had like 7 minutes of segments, Stimpy's fan club is an example of how specials of this show should be, in my opinion. No scene felt like it dragged, and nothing felt rushed. I really feel like this is the Stimpy's invention of season 2. They both have similar names, They are both very dark and both feel like the magnum opus of the season when it comes to just how much time was put into them, because you can really feel the effort put into this episode. Even though this episode had such a dark tone and focus on Ren going mad, it was still funny. Ren had some hilarious one-liners, as well as his really poetic one-liners. As we do with these specials, we're gonna run through some of the fun facts I found interesting. Like normally we only do one fun fact, but here we can do more than one, because there's often more. First of all, the episode, to no one's surprise, was banned in some countries. I totally see why, like this is not really suitable for kids television, but it's great. This is apparently also the last episode in broadcast order where John Kay voices Ren. He is an excellent voice actor, but it's good that Billy West gets to shine from now on. This episode was also apparently the only one directed by Peter Amancino. That's a shame, he should have directed way more episodes because this one was great. All in all, fantastic episode. Join me next week where we are taking a look at another special, A Visit to Anthony.
Goodbye, folks.